Okay.
I'm able to have the class on the, that's fine, doesn't matter.
I'm so sorry, I
No, no.
didn't realize those weren't on.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. I just,
Bo, can you get that clock on the screen? We forgot about the TVs. Sorry, it's our first time on our own without our backup, our babysitter, so I apologize.
good.
Everybody's mic, is your mic on?
Yep.
Okay.
It'll already
Yeah,
have-
green is on. Green is on.
It'll come back over.
Let's see if he's ready.
Yep, it just,
Time
it's just
at the
that
fair.
the TVs all have to start
Did you
talking
have a good
fine.
time at the fair?
I apologize, thank you.
That's okay, y'all ready?
Getting that clock up there. Counting it.
On Friday.
I am when you are.
Okay. Okay. Calling to order the meeting of the Keystone Heights Heritage Commission for April 16th. Let's see. You want to do roll call?
I didn't put that on there, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, and of course I don't have
No,
everybody,
Yeah, I think we're all present.
Except for Deirdre.
except for Ms. Murphy.
All
Not a
right.
problem, I've got that
Thank
down, and I
you.
do apologize.
No, I forgot to put it on.
No, it's not your fault, I didn't even notice myself.
Okay, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's see. Old business. What do we have for old business? Let me look.
So the first thing on the agenda, I think, is the historic oak designation update. And I'm not sure.
Because Deirdre has the application,
Okay.
and she's been going to the meetings in Clay County, but I don't know how far she's gotten with that.
Okay.
So, let's
Okay.
see.
Move it to next month.
Right. Plaque for Fort 11 and the city of Keystone Heights, that's Deirdre also. And I know they're moving forward with the one for the city. They put Fort 11 on the back burner so that the city one is ready for the centennial.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah, but we wanted to put all the, because you're only allowed so many. Okay, workshop.
No, okay. So so this fourth grade field trip and workshop, so thank y'all for being here. See a lot of some new faces, which is exciting. So for everyone that doesn't know, last year the Heritage Commission sponsored a field trip for the fourth graders at Keystone Heights Elementary School. And basically that's to build community with the schools, but also to go along with the mission of the Heritage Commission, which is about education and preservation. Because we're hoping that if we build this relationship with the schools and every year the fourth graders come, they will learn some about the city that they live in and how it was founded, and they'll learn the history, and hopefully that will foster some appreciation and some investment for them in the community. And as they grow in age, and that they will continue to play at the parks, come to 4th of July, but understand and appreciate the city itself. So that long term, of course, the long term goal would be like that would deter vandalism or any sort of things in the parks that goes on, or not that those are related to the kids at the school at all, but just as an overarching goal for the Heritage Commission, we felt like we would like to do that. So we did it last year for the first time. We didn't know what it was going to be. But it was a very positive experience for everyone involved. It was positive for the commission, it was positive for the students, and it was positive for the teachers. So they definitely wanted to come back. They want to do it every year. This year we made a couple changes, and we'll go through those in a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to give you an overall 30,000 view of what the field trip is and why we're committed to doing it annually. So there's a lot of excitement, and there's going to be even more excitement on Friday when we have 100 fourth graders coming through. Okay, so I sent out, I don't know if everybody has the emails I sent out. There's some other copies over there if you guys are interested and wanted to see. But basically, we sent to the school an itinerary for the field trip, and that's this one right here that says, at the top it says, hang on, I think there's an extra. Do you mind grabbing, Miss Christine? Thank you, Miss Stephanie, a copy. I'm sorry, I put them on the desk right here.
Not a problem.
Yeah. It's the ones I,
There we go. Thanks.
Thank you.
you have one? Okay.
Oh,
I do.
You have one.
And
Yes.
then there's another,
They're on the back of our,
stack right there that probably has.
I'll get them passed out.
Okay, no, I can grab it too. Just like this.
These are the different ones. I apologize, guys. Minus one.
Okay.
Where what was?
This is the one, yep. That you probably need, we'll go over
All right.
first. Okay.
your hair looks
Okay.
good.
Thank you so much.
This, it,
It's the same thing.
oh, it is?
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, I'll share with you. But this, we'll do this one second, but this is the one we're gonna do first. Okay. So Keystone Heights Elementary School 4th grade field trip at the Beach Pavilion. So officially it will start probably between 8, I put 9 a.m., but between 8:45 and 9 a.m. And the why, I just talked about the why, continue to foster its mission, education and preservation by hosting 4th graders of KHES on a field trip to learn about the city they live in and call home. So 8 a.m., all our volunteers, we would ask that you arrive at the pavilion, with the exception probably of the city council. They could probably arrive here like 8:30, and that will, just cut down on a lot of back and forth. These students are going to walk from Keystone Heights Elementary School at 8:30 a.m. Okay, and this is Miss Janice Getzman. She's one of our associate members, and she is our liaison with the elementary school. And then 9 o'clock, they should arrive. Although, Janice, how long do you realistically think it's going to take them to walk?
I'd say 10 to 15 minutes, it's pretty quick, it just depends on, they gotta take 10 minutes, blah, 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 and leave, so they should be down there by 8:45, well,
Okay.
9 o'clock, easy.
Okay.
Of course, it is 100 of them all spread out, and they've got
Yeah.
chaperones with each bunch, so, but yeah, they should be more than ready to go by 9.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So we think 8:45, they'll arrive-ish,
Yeah,
somewhere
I'd say
around
they're
then?
somewhere that just after.
Okay. So what we'll do when they come in, and if all of you have availability after the meeting's over, we're gonna go down to the pavilion and kind of go through it, especially for the people that weren't here last year and, maybe aren't aware. And and if someone can go with us, to unlock the pavilion, I think, Ms. Drew got us the key already, but maybe go over kind of the sound system if we have any of
I
those.
think Drew is gonna go out there with y'all to make sure everything's set up appropriately.
Okay.
Sound-wise, because we're not very familiar with the pavilion and all the electronics anyway.
Okay.
So it's definitely gonna be a trial and error, so bear with us.
Okay,
as
of
we-
course. Of course, 100%. So what we'll have them do, so there's 4 classes this year instead of 5, and there's about 25 in each class, they said. So each class will get a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll have number 1, whoever's number 1, we want them to come in first and sit closest up, because we're gonna have to clear the tables and the chairs out there, so it's all open seating, except for in the front by the lake for where the presenters will be. So number 1 will come in and sit first, because they will end up staying. Station number 1 is the beach pavilion, so they'll end up staying. Then 2 will come and sit, 3 will come and sit, 4 will come and sit. So once they're sat and whatnot, then we'll begin. So around 9:15ish, we'll do an introduction and overview of the field trip. And so I was thinking that it would be great to be able to introduce the Heritage Commission this year. And for each person to kind of introduce themselves, tell the students like how, what their relationship is in the community, or how long they've lived here, or, when they moved here, just kind of why they chose to move to Keystone Heights, and just so they kind of have an understanding of, this, you know, is the Heritage Commission, you know, why they are serving on the Heritage Commission, about their love of history, and, you know, why we're here today. So we'll probably have you, if you feel like we'll probably have you go first. I mean, I'll do like the introduction, you know, but and introduce you. You go first so that you can go and then help John. And then we'll have Deirdre go second. And then, because for Miss Helen and Miss Karen, you guys are, actually we'll have Miss Karen go third.
What's our time frame for that?
9:15.
I mean, how many minutes apiece?
Oh, I don't know, just probably 3 minutes.
3 minutes,
Yeah,
okay.
probably, you know, max 3 minutes, but whatever you want to do. Sometimes, you know, they have all day, so we're not, you know, on a timeline, but, yeah, 2 or 3 minutes, I think, just to kind of encapsulate and give an introduction. So approximately 9:30, 9:45, the stations will start. So 1 will stay at 1, which is the Beach Pavilion. 2 will come to City Hall. 3 will they'll start at the Moon Tree. And then 4 will cross and go to Fort 11. So Miss Janice was just telling me, right before the meeting started, that we have how many chaperones? 23 parent chaperones, with maybe a couple more. So, we'll probably have 100 students and 25 chaperones, so, which is great.
Yes.
It's amazing. So a lot of excitement. So we will have a lot of parents to help with the crossings, the street crossings.
Good.
And, you know, kind of just general which is the biggest issue, you know, is crossing the street. So we'll have a lot of parents available for that. I have safety vests that I can bring if they're not available.
I believe Mr. Bo Wright was able to find some.
We don't have 23 for sure.
We found some, but not 23.
Okay.
Do you know off the top of your head just about how many you did find?
If I can go count.
Do you mind?
Okay. Well, yeah, okay, whatever it is, and then I can supplement, but they all won't be helping with guard crossing.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we have enough, and then that'll just alleviate you from having to dig
Each
through.
class had a couple.
Okay.
So that'll be designated, and the rest will just, you know.
Okay, and maybe would you mind passing that word back, that they go ahead and like designate like a couple people per class
Yes.
to be crossing guards?
Yes.
And then that will,
So I'm gonna make sure they know when they get there. You may have already, because I read over it, but it's been a few days. It's designated or said that they each get a number, or did you assign a number to each classroom? Because when they get down there, they know that. Because I think last year they didn't.
no, but why don't we talk about it at the workshop
Okay,
and
that'd be
decide,
good.
and then you can relay that to
Okay.
them, and then that way they know the first class is gonna come in and sit
Yes.
first.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So stations will be 30 minutes each. So they will, we'll give everybody, once they start to disperse to their stations,
Does
we'll,
that include travel time?
no.
Okay.
So we'll give them 7 minutes to get out to their first initial stations, and we're all going to be on a group text. So I'm going to create a group text that we're all going to be on, so that we can be in communication. Because what happens is, down at the Beach Pavilion, we're going to have to delay 5 to 7 minutes before the start, because we all want to start around the same time, right? Around the same time. So that's what we did last year. Christine was really good, since they have kind of the hardest one here at Fort 11, and she would say, okay, we're starting at, and gave the time. So from that time on your text, we'll know it'll be like 30 minutes from there. So the cue for the end, whenever it's time for everybody to transition, last year, and hopefully it will work the same this year, was this little cannon that John had.
And it's plenty loud.
Okay. Okay.
That's great.
So we'll be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the cannon, when you hear it, when all the kids hear it, will be the cue for them to start the next transition, for them to go to the next station.
Smart.
Yeah. So it worked well last year. The one kind of caveat I think we're going to have is, as far as like starting, is when the kids leave City Hall and they go to the Moon Tree, I don't think they should wait to start. I think y'all should go ahead and start at the Moon Tree. Because since one station is the Moon Tree and the gazebo, they're going to have So 10 to 15 minutes at the Moon Tree, and then they're gonna need to transition across the street and go to the gazebo. So that is the one caveat I'd say, is when they leave City Hall and they get to the Moon Tree, start. And then, I mean, you'll have your phone to see, you know, when the start time is, and then you'll just kind of have to go, well, you know, 12, 14 minutes from there, from the start time that we send out, then we need to send them over to the gazebo to Deidre.
Okay.
So we can talk about it more afterward.
And this is Mr. Bob Burns, who is the Moon Tree
Mr. Burr.
sprouter.
Where did that tree from you at?
Welcome, welcome.
yes, so
Thank you for
well,
coming.
Glad you're here. Glad to meet
Just
you.
questions if, you know, whatever he's willing to do what you would like him to do.
Okay, are you willing to come on Friday?
I'll do the best I can.
Oh, yeah, well,
I'm
you,
kind of working hour by hour for other reasons, but that, I'll be here.
okay, great. And so we're kind of looking for about 15 minutes, you know, a presentation. And if you want to do, however you want to split that up, if you want to let the kids do questions, you know, you can do that, you know. So however you want to form that up at your discretion.
Okay.
There's
Thank
someone
you.
else that'll be with you,
Karen?
right?
I'm designated at the Moon Tree, so I'm so excited to meet you. I've been reviewing the history, and I just can't wait to hear what you have to say. Also, I have this for the little goodie bag for the kids, a little pin for them that has the Moon Tree on it.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Very cool. Thank you. Okay, so that's the one exception, because we kind of had to split that up when we added the Moon Tree, because last year we just did solely the gazebo. Actually, we did the Welcome Center and the gazebo. It was a little convoluted, and so, but adding the Moon Tree, we're going to eliminate the Welcome Center, and I think it's going to be a little more streamlined. So it's, you know, every year it's, you never know what's going to happen or what's going to bring, and you know, we may add next year, we, you know, even more. So we'll just have to see. Work in progress. So we anticipate that the stations will conclude around 11:45 to noon. If they run over, it's okay. I mean, they don't have anything else to do back at the school. They have up to even probably 1:15 that they could stay as late as. Lunch didn't take as long as I thought last year. Like, I thought it was going to take longer, and it didn't. So they only needed, what, about 30 minutes for lunch tops, if that. Yeah.
Within that, they eat in 10 to 15 and play the other.
Right, so they play on the Geneva Jungle down here. So, I mean, honestly, we have up to probably 1 o'clock if we go over. You know, they could 12:45, you know. So we're anticipating around noon to conclude, you know, 11:45 to noon. If we go over to 12:30, I think it's fine. It's not a huge issue. So the kids will then eat their lunch on the picnic tables at Keystone Beach, and the lunch is provided by the cafeteria. They do bag lunches for them. And then the city provides water. We have water down there in the coolers, and we just bring it out and, you know, hand out the water. So that brings up another point. It's supposed to be, I was looking at the weather, it's supposed to be low 90s on Friday, sorry. And so I'm wondering if we should put out some coolers for the kids. Do you remember last year that they were all at the water fountain at the nature park lined up? And I'm wondering if we should put a table over there with cooler with some cups, and maybe a table maybe even here on this side in front of City Hall with a.
No, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't.
no, not at all.
We don't have any of the automatic dispensing ones, but I did donate a red and blue cooler that I own, so we can put bottled water in that. Is that okay?
I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's just expensive, you know. I mean, I just know from the 5K, but I actually have 3 coolers. So I can bring those and we could fill them up. And I bought some cups at Sam's.
Okay,
So-
phenomenal. I mean, I tried my best. I was like, I have coolers,
Yeah.
just not the kind.
Yeah, all good. So I'll just bring those.
Well, also, the kids are used to carrying water around at school and their own little thermoses or whatever.
Okay.
I can tell them also to make sure that they bring them, because It's kind of a novelty. They see a cooler and cups, they gotta do it whether they're thirsty or not.
Oh, okay.
So, sometimes they're out of water at the school for different reasons. They were cut it off for something, and the county has to send it because they can't be without for so many hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, everybody in the school is thirsty suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they see something to, play with or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I guess they'll be there 25 at a time, so maybe,
Yes,
you
I mean, it's
know.
up to you, but if we had it for lunch and they brought their own, I can tell them.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt bad last year. I mean, they were like really hot when they were out at Fort 11 because there was a lot of sun and whatnot. But I think that I have a small table. I would need, if we did one over there and we did one here, I would just need another table. I don't
You can
know.
get another
Okay.
table, not a problem.
Okay.
Is it a little 6-footer,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Okay.
And nothing big. Okay.
And you want the 6 foot in this building or over by the?
Either one, I think, I mean, I have just one that folds up for the 4 feet, so I'll put that one over there. So just whatever's easiest out here.
No.
for you
Well, how
guys.
about Station 1? They did it in the band shell last year and put up tables there.
Well, we're gonna do it in the
In
pavilion.
the pavilion? Oh,
Yeah.
good. They'll be happy.
Yes, yes,
Air
yeah.
conditioning, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
100, yeah, they'll be happy with the AC. So, okay, so 2 coolers.
And then I do know Drew can get ice from the community church, one of the local churches, so if you'll need ice, we can put tons of ice in the empty coolers, I brought ice, whatever you guys need, we can make happen.
Yeah, I mean, sure, because I'll probably just fill the coolers up here at the spigot around the back, so if you have some ice, I'll just
Yeah,
pour it in.
absolutely, I'll put
Okay.
the 2 big ones full of ice for use, and
Okay.
I'll bring a scoop as well, that way nobody's putting their hands in there.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys watch them, but I can't speak for the 4th graders. My other question, Ms. Collins,
Mhm.
so we have the Florida League of Cities dinner Thursday night.
Mhm.
So is there any way
Okay.
you can provide me with the diagram that you would like the inside to be set up as? Because I'm gonna have to do that at 10 PM that night or come in at 6 AM Friday morning to do this for y'all.
The setup for in the pavilion is, we only need some tables at the front for the presenters, and then,
Because the kids sit on the floor.
Yeah, they just come in and sit on the
so
floor.
we just need some of those tables at the front facing the lakeside.
Okay.
And then we probably want to get also the fold-out thing with all the pictures on it. Do we have that?
The table?
It's in here.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay. Yeah, it would be nice, I think, to
Well,
have
and then
set
the
up.
banner, we have the banner, but we won't be able to put that up until early Friday morning as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you guys know
Oh,
we're
sure.
trying our best and I'll come in early to make sure it all happens. But if there's anything specific that you want in a specific manner, just let me know and we'll make sure it happens.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything specific. I think it sounds like it'll already be clean. Maybe they can, blown off and all that, so.
They power washed it last
Okay,
week, so
okay.
hopefully it still looks good. We'll go take a look or when you guys go out there. If it needs to be hit again, let us know. I'll get Kenny out there.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be great. No, it's very low maintenance. I don't think their expectations very high. Okay, and then, so the souvenir bags we're gonna give them, we'll put them together afterward at the workshop. We'll go down to the pavilion. And Karen, you said you had something to add to that, and I know the mayor had something to add to that, so we'll put all those together down there. And then just this schedule can flex forward or backward, just depending on the timeline of how things are going. But either way, for the kids, it'll be their full day, it'll be all they do that day. So like I said, we have flexibility, we're running over, it's fine, we don't need to stress.
Okay.
So we have the parent chaperones, we said that, 23. I put down here my number and also Janice's number. We'll do a test for group text, after today, make sure everyone's on track. We'll put us on one, and then we'll do a separate one for Janice and I and the teachers, just to make sure. But I think that is about it. Let's see. We talked about maybe reaching out to to Mr. Dimitri, but Ms. Beals said that she would send an email that any kind of cooperation like that had to go through his sergeant. So I said, well, voluntary is what we discussed, so if they'd like to volunteer, but as far as like being paid, that was, we have the chaperones obviously to get it done. So I haven't heard back from her, but maybe before Friday something will come up. Let's see. Oh, one other caveat, and Mrs. Beals was supposed to be at Station 1 in the pavilion to do 10 minutes to talk about the old movie theater, but she's unable to do that now. So we are looking for someone to fill that spot.
Oh,
Yes.
And somebody talk about the drive-in.
Yep. So there were a couple options. I don't know how vested, Karen, I know you were invested in the Moon Tree already.
right.
If you wanted to switch the drive-in, or we can cast around for another volunteer who'd like to speak about the old drive-in movie theater.
Well, I have an idea for, my nephew Gavin is going to be, he's on our associate member list.
Okay.
He's going to be doing the Chautauqua, he's a teacher.
Okay.
That's what he's going to college for.
Okay.
But anyway, I might could get him to do the drive-in. I haven't sprung that on him yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
He's already preparing the Chautauqua segment.
Oh, okay. So no Sandra.
She's going to be here to volunteer.
Okay.
But Gavin is a natural public speaker. He likes to do it, and so he has that day off of work, so he's going to do it.
Okay. All right.
He's much better with the children.
What do you think, Karen? You want to stick with the Moon Tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think an extra 10 minutes for Gavin might be, easily doable for him, so
Yeah.
I can twist his arm and make him do it.
And is your partner in crime going to come?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Didn't know if we were going to have any singing.
No, he has to be at a home inspection for me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like we'll work it out.
If that
Okay.
doesn't change.
Okay. All right. Well,
As of last night, it hadn't changed.
all right. It might be a great opportunity. You never know, you might get discovered. Okay. I think that's it. Does anyone here have any questions or comments or observations? No? Okay. Anybody on the
Oh.
commission?
Yes, so when they go, I forgot, is it during and after lunch that they get their bags, or do they carry the bags with them? I can't remember if they had them.
So the teachers last year had wanted the bags to go to the school, didn't want, so that they could disperse them there. And Janice, had they mentioned?
They said that was fine again.
Okay, probably
They have
easier.
chaperones and all over that have somebody that drove for some reason. I guess they'll be bringing the lunches that can be put back in the car with those. They go back, or they'll have wagons that pull them or something. They'll be easy to get back. We just have to make sure that they're aware to grab each class when they go.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well, I think we bagged them up last year, so we'll just put them in bags again
Yes.
and then load them up, and then they
So
can
I'll
just,
make sure that they know to look for those as they leave, or to get a parent to grab them or something.
yes, and so, I don't know, should we bag them like number-wise by class? I think it was 26, 26, 23, 23 maybe. But maybe we'll just do,
I just put a number on them maybe on the outside,
Okay.
because they'll know without, because if we put names in, it's wrong.
Okay.
So, yeah, just put the numbers and then they'll know, I
Okay.
got 26 or I got 23 or
Okay.
whatever, and they can, yeah, that should be easy.
awesome, good idea.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, any good observation? Thank you, Karen. Anybody else? No. Okay, so after the meeting's finished, we'll go down to the pavilion, and just so everybody can get eyes on and we can kind of talk it through. As far as the council, I think the mayor kind of had a plan. So just when they get here at 8:30 and get set up and whatnot, and then the kids will get here, or if they could probably get here at 9 even, because the kids probably won't get here till about 9:20 or so. Okay, all right, well, that way everybody's in place. But they will be walking up from the beach, and they will just come in here through the front, and then at 30 minutes, 4 rotations, and then, all done.
No problem. And is somebody going to be texting the mayor or
Oh,
Yeah, we'll put her in
I'm
our.
so sorry, I'm like, do I need to get walkie-talkies?
Oh, no,
Oh,
no, no.
no, we don't.
They can be in
yeah.
on the group text.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
we'll
not a
put, we'll
problem.
put her on the group text as well because they're one of the stations. So it's just a matter of who wants to be in charge.
I think the mayor would probably be best. She focuses really easy on.
Okay, all right, so we'll put her on the group text with, for everyone running the stations.
She's also on the Team Reach app.
Then that works phenomenally.
Yeah,
If y'all
she
are
can-
used to
yeah.
reach, I know she'd be okay with that too.
Well, I mean, if we want to do it, because
Yeah,
we're going to
we
have
could.
volunteers. Are all our volunteers on Team Reach?
I don't know.
I don't think so. We probably need to do a
Yeah.
group text for everyone, and then the inner circle is all on Team Reach.
Do you guys have the mayor's phone number, or would you like me to email that after this meeting?
No, we've got it. I think, well,
Yeah,
she's,
one
yeah.
of us
Just
actually.
Yeah.
making sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is it for update wise.
Okay. So most of, without Deirdre here, some of these things are, the
Yeah.
Christmas tour of homes is, I believe we've switched from the garden club to the women's club as the sponsor for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it
So-
sounded like. Maybe Miss Janice has an update on that.
Or they just agreed to that, they thought that would be a great idea, something to be involved in, and, as time got closer and decided how they were gonna do what, or you wanted it done, and just get with them and,
And Deirdre has all her,
Yeah, I think
yes, all
it'll,
of them do.
she's our point
yeah.
person on that.
And I think it'll just take some coordination, like Deirdre's talking about, as far as like getting the tickets printed
Right.
and the QR codes and, and then she probably already talked all up with
Also,
that.
and I know,
Yeah, yeah.
not me, I'm not good at all that stuff anymore.
She's done a bunch of them,
Our
so.
president is awesome with it, she gets it.
Oh,
does it.
okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
if she's not, she can designate somebody that will be, so it'll all be
Okay,
what we need to know when and how and all that stuff.
yeah, it'll be a lot of volunteers
Uh-huh.
the day of, like in all the different houses. So
Yes.
I think there's 6 homes.
Yes.
6 homes, and we'll need at least 2 or 3 volunteers per home. So it's gonna be about 20 volunteers.
Okay, so we'll just table it till next, Deirdre will be able to.
Okay.
The centennial events and discussions, she wanted that on the agenda and is not here, so we're gonna have to skip that one until next
Well,
month too.
I mean, I can speak a little bit to that from Friends of Keystone Heights. So just broad overview for those that are here. The Centennial 2025 celebration, 100-year celebration for the city of Keystone Heights is next year. And so there's a group that's formed up. It's called the Friends of Keystone Heights, and they're meeting monthly at this point. So if you'd like to be involved, they're meeting down at the Beach Pavilion. And I believe the next meeting is April, I think it's on the city. 25th, thank you.
Mr. Hustler?
Yeah. April 25th at 10 a.m. Okay. And so they meet at the Beach Pavilion. That's another great opportunity if you want to be involved with helping the community and celebrating the 100-year celebration. So the big picture is every month there'll be at minimum of 1, if not more, organizations / entities like sponsoring an event for the centennial. And I believe the Heritage Commission is doing a month, and I can't remember which month it is. But anyway, so so they're on the process now of going out and speaking to all the different organizations to see who would like to sign up for what month, and there's actually a form and things like that. So if you are interested in attending, attend the next meeting. There's also a Facebook group / page you can get on. And that will give you some information as well. But it's the kickoff is going to be New Year's Eve of 2024, so this year, December 31st. And it's going to be, the last time I saw it was out at the airport. It's going to be from 12 to 6. And it's going to be kind of a family-friendly, kind of like a fair type of thing, from 12 to 3. And then from 3 to 6, they're going to transition more. There's going to be like a couple bands that play and things like that. So it's it's looking to be, you know, a nice kickoff for this year. And then at the conclusion of December 2025, we're hoping to conclude down here at Keystone Beach, possibly with fireworks. So that's the goal. And then, so after the kickoff, New Year's Eve, every month, there'll be multiple events. I know the Women's Club is doing a fashion show.
It used to be,
Yeah, a
when they
1920.
want to do it in June and everybody's gone.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't know, we might have to go. How that's gonna work, I don't know. But
Yeah. Well, I think it's a great idea.
it is a great idea.
So, and every month there'll be different things going on within the community to celebrate the centennial. And on that note, check out the Keystone Heights Heritage Commission Facebook page. Christine here has been doing an amazing job loading up all the pictures that she has and all the material, and talk about it a little bit. It's really like promoted a lot of community, a lot of
It has.
dialogue.
Well, if you go to the page for the first time, scroll all the way to the bottom. I started with Fort 11. There's all the information for Fort 11, and then it just moves forward in time. But one of the things that we wanted to do was to get a lot of community interaction with that, and people providing their stories, and we've had donations of photos and things like that. They get added as we go. And also, as I get them, I will stick things back into the past. So things are being added backwards and forwards all the time. And I hope at the end of the year to have a complete history of Keystone Heights with all the photos and all the stories and all the community involvement, so that it's there for it. And you can take photos off of there. It's, you know, this database belongs to the community. So, you
You
know.
wouldn't be opposed to me purchasing a digital photo frame to have your photos on rotation out in our lobby.
Oh, that would be fine. No, like I said, all of this belongs to, I have my personal collection that I'm putting on there also. I've been collecting for about 20 years. And also, you know, like I said, people are adding, like the latest one, that the little the fireman's ball from, did you see that one?
Yes, I did, yes, I did.
That little book was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Had a little twist on the history of Keystone Heights, which I've heard before. That was the first time I had seen it in writing. But I try to post something every single week on there, and we're looking to get, but the neat thing is, the people who grew up here in Keystone and have moved away that belong to the Facebook page are reconnecting. So they're sharing their stories as they're talking to each other on the page and stuff. So it's been awful lot of fun.
That's great.
And one of the things that came from this is my research into the Keystone Police Department, which is no longer here. We have their badges and things here, and so, but there was like no information in our records. And so I put that out there, and we've gotten a lot of contributions. So what I'd like to do and put on our agenda is a memorial, at least a shadow box for the badges and things like that for the Keystone Police Department to be here in City Hall, and also the Keystone Volunteer Fire Department.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yes.
is history now. We don't have them anymore.
Right.
So this is now our territory, although I think our liaison, the city council, would be Tony Brown, because he was on both of them. But it's in the beginning stages, and a lot of their relatives that served on the police department, the fire department, are interacting and contributing.
That's
Great.
great. That's amazing. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, thank you.
Well, it gives me a good place to put all this stuff and organize it.
That's awesome.
And also, it's you know, our mission is education and preservation, and it's preserving the database, and it's educating the public.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So that's kind of a recap of the centennial and what's going on.
Let's see, we've got the makeup meeting for March. Our meeting didn't qualify for March because we didn't have a quorum.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I tried, because I even called the attorney, and I said, well, they had somebody on the phone, and I said, they were like, do we have an addendum to our, and I was like, no. Unfortunately, during COVID, a lot of cities did have addendums made to where they could have virtual appearance, but unfortunately City of Keystone Heights was not one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I apologize. I tried to find a workaround, it just didn't quite work.
Is there a way that maybe we could pursue that now?
We could. Let me reach out to our attorney. I don't know if that's a me reach out or y'all reach out, but I will make the first step and I will ask him how we can begin that process. That way, we have an alternative
Yeah.
if that should happen again.
Yeah.
But that was the only reason, and I do apologize. I tried.
Okay, no worries. Well, I'm wondering if, for the May meeting, which is May 21st, I think is what it would be, if maybe we could do a 9:30 like they do, like the CRA, like maybe we could do a 9:30.
And just get 2 meetings in on
Two
the same
meetings in one
day.
Well,
Okay,
either
okay.
make up for March and then we could do the May meeting.
That is perfectly fine with me if y'all are agreeable to that.
Does that work?
Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, so I've got our meeting for May on the 21st, yeah, okay. So, wait a minute, are we gonna, can we do it after our meeting? Can we do, instead of getting here extra early, can we just stay extra late? Can we agree on that?
I'm fine with that.
Mornings are really hard for me, particularly on a Tuesday. I've got a full day's
Yeah.
work I've got to do before I get here. So
Okay.
making it early is hard.
I
Okay,
will be available whenever y'all decide. Just,
Okay.
okay,
I'm
so.
flexible.
So let's say,
11:30.
We could even, yeah, or we could say 11.
yeah, let's do 11
Okay,
and squeeze it in. That's much better.
okay.
Okay, so Chautauqua Circle. For those people that don't know, this was on our agenda to talk about having the Chautauqua Circle, which was the original amphitheater for the Chautauqua grounds, to begin trying to make it a public park. We approached the city, but then very quickly found out it's outside the city limits. So that makes it county. So like I said, we're in the very, very beginning of this. So I'll be contacting the county. I think I found the owners. It's a sinkhole, can't be built in. And if you go on the Facebook page and go to the Chautauqua section, you will see exactly where it is and all of the proof that that was the amphitheater for the Chautauqua. Okay, so like I said, it's no longer on the Heritage Commission radar,
Okay.
but I'll be doing that personally and with the county. Okay, application or the plaques for the homes, we've got 3 in the works right now.
Oh,
We've got, what was her name?
Sue.
Sue Masters? Plaster. And Janice is helping her with her
Okay.
application. And then we have the one that has the Cadman bungalow that's going to be on our tour.
Oh, okay.
She wanted hers plaqued before the tour. Yeah, Mary Lou's old house. Mary Lou Hildreth's old house, the Cadman bungalow down
yeah,
there.
it used to be the Denmarks owned it years ago.
And then we've got, and so she's pursuing that, and then the Crawford bungalow behind us over
Oh.
here.
Oh,
Yeah, she contacted me and I sent her, I sent her the link to the application.
okay.
So
Great.
she wants hers, so we've got 3 in the works
Great.
for those. And I think that's it. I'm going to, if y'all agree, I'm going to put the memorial, whatever we decide to do, on the agenda for the police department and the fire department. We'll just add that to our, and there are some, like I said, if you go in on the comments and everything, there's someone that already has, one of the granddaughters has her dad's, her grandfather was fire chief, no, not fire chief, police chief, and she has his jacket with all the badges and all that kind of stuff, and so they want to be involved too.
Okay, no, that would be great.
Okay.
I think like maybe for just thinking forward, since we have, I think we're almost done, and we have a few extra minutes, thinking forward to 2025, I think we kind of just need to start thinking about, it's almost summer, start thinking about next year, like what are the events that we want to do to be on the radar. So if anyone has anything specific, I mean, like we didn't do Mother's Day tour of homes this year in anticipation of doing December, which with the Women's Club. So, and I mean, depending on how it goes, I think it's gonna go great because I think it's a great idea. A lot of towns do it, and I think it's just a great idea.
We have our event in July, the pie contest. So this will be the
Yes.
second one,
Mm-hmm.
which last year was a lot of fun.
There were only
We'll just-
3 pies.
There were, but the thing is, we didn't get in on the city advertisement. So we're starting earlier to get in on with the city,
Okay.
you know, so that, and it's not a pie eating contest, it's a pie baking contest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have judges to bake, to
We were
judge the
set
best
up next
pie.
to the hot
We
dog
were there, we
eating
had the hot
contest.
dog eating contest.
They thought it was hot dogs and pie.
Somebody got really excited that day.
But it was fun. And it's, again, another outreach. We try to get out there in the public, let them know what the Heritage Commission is about, and that we are open to receiving any stories or materials that they have.
Well, so I think kind of like, let's talk about what we've done this year just real quick. We went to Gold Head, was that in January?
That was yesterday's
January,
festival,
okay.
that was
Yes.
January.
Okay, and then, we're talking about, and then April, we're doing the field trip. July, it's the 4th of July for that. We're talking about
Got Boo on the Boulevard in
October, Boo on the Boulevard, and that's also, we talked about the paddle boarding.
We're gonna drop that one.
Okay. No paddle boarding, and then if we continue this with the tour of homes annually, December will be the Christmas tour of homes.
We had the appreciation,
Oh, that's right.
but
When was that?
that was in August, I think.
Okay.
But I'd like to keep that up, but we also made it the historic roundtable where we invited all of the heritage commissions and historic societies, and I'd like to keep promoting that because they've started those up again and everyone else is taking turns, and I've been to a couple of those, and so, you know, just to, and make it more of a networking and information sharing.
Yeah, kind of
You
like
know.
League of Cities, like just do it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Put it on our calendar
we
that
did-
we host.
Yes, and do the luncheon and all that, and just make it larger. I think we had,
Was it August or September? Anyway, oh, it's fine, it's fine. But anyway,
it was
somewhere in
August.
there.
right, and
Okay.
we'll just keep it, we did it intentionally when there was a lull.
Okay.
But we had Orange Park, Middleburg, Clay County, and Palaca
Yep.
there. And so, but we need, I'd like to get Melrose, Florhome, all the little ones, you know, so we can all kind of
Yeah.
coordinate, because they're starting to coordinate their events so we don't overlap each other. And it's just a really good way. We'll take a turn. They all love coming here,
That's great.
and gives us a chance to stay in
And
touch.
Hawthorne, and Hawthorne.
And Hawthorne, yeah. Well, here we're, you know, we have 3 counties, and so, four counties, we have 4 counties. And so we, you know, we kind of need to invite everyone all the other ones, it's just Clay County.
It was August 21st, and there was, every community had something going on that weekend.
Right.
So it was like, where do you go? You could,
Yeah, you could
you
just
could
hop
just drive
all
from one
around.
to the
We
other to
Right.
the other to the other.
We can always move it if that's a busy weekend for, you know, as we get closer to that.
Well, maybe you can find out on their calendar.
I will.
What a good
I'll
time.
coordinate with Clay
Yeah.
County to see.
So
Yeah.
that's just 6 events we do just off the top, just annually. So that's, you know, basically every other month, you know, doing some. So I guess we just need to consider, do we want to do something special for the centennial? Or do we want to brand what we're doing already with the centennial for next year? So anyway, just food for thought. We can talk about more next month.
Okay.
Great.
All right, let's see. So, anything else for the good of the order? Anybody got anything? Anyone out there? Anything to add? No? Okay. Okay. So the next meeting is May 21st. We're going to have it at 10 and 11 for our makeup meeting. And meeting adjourned, and we'll be off to the workshop.
Yep.